Today we're going to talk about hand safety and injury prevention. Now, we use our hands for virtually every task we do at work, and because of this, they're commonly injured on the job. Keeping our hands and fingers out of harm's way at work is critical. A serious injury to an individual's hands or fingers can result in a huge negative impact on their ability to work and overall quality of life. While gloves are the most common form of PPE found in the workplace, hand injuries are still the second leading type of injury on the job. So let's look at some hand injury statistics. There are 110,000 lost time cases due to hand injuries annually. 1 million workers are treated in an ER for hand injuries annually. 70% of workers who experienced a hand injury were not wearing gloves. Another 30% of victims had gloves on, but they were damaged or they were inadequate for the work task in which the worker was engaged. So let's talk about 3 common types of hand injuries. Lacerations are the most common type of hand injury. Lacerations are due to sharp objects or tools. Often inadequate gloves are in use during an activity that involves a sharp tool. A glove with Kevlar is effective in protecting the hand against cutting or slicing motion. A straight stab motion can easily penetrate these gloves. We need to exercise caution when using any tool that can penetrate the skin. Crush injuries are usually due to employees placing their hand in the line of fire between 2 objects or in a rotating piece of equipment. Pinch points on equipment or tools also commonly lead to crush injuries. Then fractures occur when there's a sudden blow to the bones in the fingers or the hands. Motor vehicle accidents often cause fractures to the hands. Another common cause of fractures is an individual extending out their hand to catch themselves from falling. So let's talk about some safe work practices. First, use tools to remove your hands from the line of fire when doing a work task that could result in injury to your hands or fingers. Using tools such as a push stick when using a table saw is an example that removes your hands from the line of fire. Also, when you're sticking your hands between or having to move between stacks of beams on a trailer, sometimes easier to have a long hook so that you can get things from one side to another without having to stick your hands into the load. Then also avoid using fixed open blade knives. There are safety knives that limit the length of the blade exposed. They also have a safety feature that retracts the blade when pressure is let off the handle or a switch that controls the blade. Never put your hand in an area where you cannot see it. Always wear the proper gloves for whatever work task you're doing. Understand the limitations of your gloves and what work tasks they are appropriate for. Then also never work on an energized piece of equipment. Lock and tag out the equipment to ensure there will not be an unintentional startup while you're working on it. So these are some thoughts about preventing hand injuries, about trying to maintain good hand safety. Think about them. Perhaps you can come up with some other ideas or suggestions in relation to hand safety, but we want you to be able to keep your hands and use them for a good long time. So bear this in mind as you go out to work today.